Hello. Oh. Well, that's me. That's me down there. I guess I have to set this up again. Okay, the camera's fine. Camera's okay. This is fine. That thing is gone. I don't know where that thing was, but it's there. It's there. Everything's working. Okay. Now, okay, now I need to get this thing to go away. And then I put the window. Let's see, this window right here. Okay, that's weird. Okay, the game is not running. Is the game running? The game is not running. This is just a blank screen. Can you guys hear me? You guys can hear me, right? Yes. I can see my mic input. Okay, we're gonna open this game again. I'm gonna start up VR again. Hello? Ooh. It's going. Is it going? Is this good? Okay, now I need to open the... Hold on, let me put on the music first. It's weird that it's so quiet. This tends to happen, you know how it is. Okay, let's see. What station we want? Lo-Fi, Volume 3, I guess? Alright, okay, so now I need to open this software. We'll start this up. And soon you'll see a thing on the right side. This thing right there. There it is. Yo, I was in the void. You guys see that? I was in the void. Okay, so now we do this. Right there. And then we make the window large. Just a large window somewhere in the distance right there. Look at that. It's like far away. That's cool. Social distancing. Okay, well. Welcome Duck, welcome Nutritious. We got Stream Elements, Slime Molder, Effins, Capeluche, Lord Cosera, Zoe, Real Ham Penguin, we got Choco Jacks, we got Modern, we got me, I left a comment in chat. We had Shima Panic, Yurga King. Anyway, so what happened was I turned on VR, I started my stream. Typically when I start these streams, I'll open the virtual desktop program and it'll tell me like, oh, software update found. Do you want to apply this software update or wait until next time? Normally I choose wait until next time. So I did that. And then I went into the game. And then suddenly the software decided it wanted to update. And so I guess it closed all my software. It closed Steam VR. And it was applying updates. And it was there. It's pretty weird to update it. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. Maybe it's like a critical security update. Maybe it's like if you don't update right now, your computer is at risk. I don't know, I didn't look at the changelog. But I guess now I'm updated, even though I didn't really want to be. I am now. So that's something. So you guys were seeing a void. I was in the void. I got a gray rectangle. Anyway, today, I might actually fish. You know, it's been several weeks since I've really done that much fishing. And so I think I will do it today. Not clickbait, I'm doing it right now. Look at this. Go right into it. Right into the fishing. Can you believe it? Remember when this guy didn't even fish? Now he's here fishing. How am I? I'm doing okay. It's the first fishing stream after daylight savings. And so it is extremely daylight outside. That's pretty cool. And then like at some point, we'll get to the point where even when I end my stream and I take off my headset, it could still be bright outside. You know, I end my stream at like 7:40 something. And once it gets closer to summer, it'll be daylight all day, literally all day. And that's gonna be pretty cool. It's like normally at the end of my streams, I put on the night mode stuff, so I'm like fishing at night, so it's not so jarring when I take off my headset. But you know, maybe I'll set it to night mode and then I'll take off my headset, and it'll be like, whoa, I expected it to be so dark outside, but it's not. I'll be so surprised. It's 8 PM and it's not even dark. And that's pretty cool. Love when light is outside. It doesn't really matter that much considering I don't go outside that often. But it is nice. It is nice to look outside and it's not super dark. But besides that, haven't really been doing much else. Basically the same as usual. I no longer have things to talk about. You know how it is. You know, once you've been streaming and then you're just like, you work at home all the time. You don't really do much else besides watching streams. Nothing's really happening besides watching YouTube videos. Now we're here. This is the first fish of this stream. It goes in. You know what? We're gonna release. You know the title of the stream, Catch and Release. We are releasing this fish. We got $4 right there. $4.48. Oh, we will do this. Oop. Also, the VR seems a bit janky today. It like sometimes like every like minute it flickers slightly. It's kind of weird. Anyway, I was watching Chia's stream earlier. She's playing a fish game, and then I saw ChocoJax in chat. I was like, what the heck, ChocoJax is in? She is a chatter in this chat? I know this person. Slime Molder was also there. And nice, left comments. What did I want to be when I was a kid? I don't think I really had aspirations. I think when I was like really little, I enjoyed pizza, and so I was like, oh, I want to be like a pizzeria guy, a guy who makes pizzas. My parents were like, that's silly, and I was like, you know what? Okay, sure. and then I just became a software engineer. But pizza's pretty good. I don't know if I would do it as a career, considering I don't know how to cook. or anything, but I'm sure if I really wanted to, I could. But it's like, you know, like as a kid, you don't really have any idea of like what's good, like what kind of job you want to be. It's a bit much to ask a kid, right? You're just like child. You don't know that much about the world, but we're gonna ask you, what do you want to be? And usually it's like, I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a firefighter, or like whatever. But usually it's like most people, you know, imagine you ask a kid what they wanted to be, and then they said, I want to be an office worker, right? I feel like you would probably say, like, you should probably have better ambitions, you know? But that's the most realistic outcome, right? Some kid who's like 5 years old, I want to have a menial office job. I want to have a 401k. I want to have, you know, work this standard amount of hours. Everyone's like, you need to aspire to be more than this. But no, they don't. They don't have to. They could be like, I want to be a software engineer for an obscure company. We don't even know. Let's see, been following her for a while but never watched until today. Good streamer. Chia VTuber would recommend. Pizza is nice. Don't let your dreams be memes. Time to become a pizza hero. I don't know if I would enjoy being a being a pizza maker, because it's like you would have to interact with customers. You would have to, like, you know, have rushes sometimes. Sometimes you got people that order a ton of stuff and then you gotta make stuff in a rush. Sometimes you get big orders in advance and you're like, oh man, I gotta make like 50 pizzas. And I would rather not do that. Yeah, I live in New York. Classic pizza place. I feel like it's probably more common here for people to wanna be like a pizza making guy. Because, right, if you're in a place that doesn't really have local pizza places, saying that you want to be like a pizzeria guy, it's kind of like, okay, what are you gonna do? You're gonna work at like Pizza Hut? That's your ambition? I don't even know. Oh, there's a fish. Oh no, the... Okay, hold on. I was adjusting the radio station. Okay, you might hear some radio fuzz, because we're not on the right station. Okay, I failed to catch the fish. It's because I was adjusting the radio. The fish saw my moment of weakness while I was preparing. And it stole the bait. It stole everything from me. Okay, let's adjust the station. The correct station. Here we go. 100.5. Is that a real radio? No, it's an in-game radio. You can put your own custom songs on it. This is Stream Beats Lo-Fi. It is not connected to a real radio station. It's just like it pulls stuff from a file on your some folder somewhere. You put all your files in there. I think it chooses by random or at random. You want to be a salary man, gotta work 9 to 5. I'd like to have health insurance benefits, you know, as a kid. Who even knows? I wonder what the, like, as a kid, right, being a YouTube influencer, or like a TikTok celebrity, those were not even a thing. You know, the closest you would have back then is like, oh, I want to be a movie star, or like a, I don't know, one of those celebrities. But now it's like you got so many options. You could be a VTuber. You could be a YouTube streamer. You could make content for people online. You could do Let's Plays. You could do reviews of stuff. You could make TikTok. You could be a dancer. There's everything. Also, welcome Cole and Snackoreko. Interacting with customers is the worst part of pretty much every job. Probably. thankfully I haven't really had to interact with customers. I don't think I've had a job where I really interacted with end users. Like the closest I've been probably is wait, that's not true. No, I've talked about this. It's like when I was in high school, I had like a summer internship and I was working at a computer resource center. And sometimes you would just get random people coming in and asking you how to do stuff. But that's not really the same, right? It's kind of like they're just there to use the computer. Sometimes they need guidance. They're not like paying you for anything. But I guess that was the closest to interacting with customers. It wasn't so bad. But they're also not really customers, you know? It's pretty different. Cole wants to be a Precure? Didn't they... Hold on, I think I saw there was something where... Didn't they announce a new Precure series? I saw a tweet about it that was like, oh, this Precure series is like a sequel to an existing series, and it's also airing at like not children's show hours. So people are like, oh, is this like intended for adult fans? It's like airing at nighttime. Kids aren't awake at this time. I don't know if that's true. That's what I saw. In which case, that is the thing. Also, welcome Delicious Smile. Yes, it's Ichigo's birthday from Maikatsu. Unfortunately, that day is over now. In Japan, at least. And now it's 2 sequels? Dang. That's pretty cool, though. They recognize that they have fans that are not children. But how are they gonna make money, right? I feel like all the kids shows, they just make them to sell toys to kids. But if it's like, if you're making it for the adults, then like what are they gonna buy? I guess adults have the money. I guess the merch from the kids shows, the parents are the ones that are buying them, so at the end of the day, the parents are controlled anyway. They're in control of the finances. You can influence clocks, get rid of daily savings, possibly. It's nice that creative fields are a lot more viable nowadays. True, so true. I feel like you would understand ChocoJax because like you did like software engineering and then you were like, I'm gonna be an artist instead, professionally. And I feel like a lot of people, it's like hard to make that decision. Because it's like, you know, when you think of the typical office job, it's like, it's safe, you know? You get a consistent income. All that. It is kind of boring sometimes. But then it's like, what do you really want to do? And it's like, oh, I want to be an artist. And the parents are usually like, are you sure? Like, are you sure you want to be an artist? Like, it's kind of hard, you know, to make money as an artist. But you're like, yes, that's what I want to do. And that is very commendable. It's very cool. But I enjoy software engineering as well. I'm like thankful that the stuff that I do as a job, I do actually enjoy doing. I prefer to have, to keep art as a hobby for myself. Because every time I do like a commission or something, I always feel like, I don't know, it's like, if I'm not really interested in the commission, it kind of drags on and I'm like, oh man, I gotta do this thing, but I'd rather do something else. And then I just wait until near the deadline and then I just, oh right, this thing's due in a week, I guess I should do it. And then I do it, begrudgingly. But for work, it's fine. Software is good. Also, welcome Hamflo. Hamflo hates customers. If you've ever been a customer, frick you. We're all customers. You've purchased things before. You've purchased many things. All of us have. I don't think anyone here can claim to have not purchased anything. Like, what are you even doing? If you're not a purchaser, what are you even doing? How are you even here? Someone else has to have purchased it for you? Like internet access, other stuff. His point still stands. True. True. People should produce instead of consume. What if everyone just only produced? No consume, only produce, no purchase. It's also the Ides of March. The IDs got them. Let's see, can badges, they'll just buy a whole room full of them each. That is true. A lot of people have like Ita bags. Ita bag. It's not, they don't eat the bags. It's called Ita bag, where they just buy a bag. Usually has like a transparent front. And then they make all their merch, they put them all in there. It's very visible. I've had some friends who had some of those as well. It was pretty impressive. They got so much stuff. How do they have this much stuff? Have I ever wondered what happens to those otaku rooms that are chock full of the same merch? They just stay there. It must be so annoying to like clean those rooms, right? Okay, assuming they even actually clean those rooms. But like, if you have that much merch in a room, right? If you have like a billion figures, a billion like, I don't know, random other stuff. How often do you think they clean those rooms? Because it's gotta be like so much effort. There's gotta be like dust everywhere. I don't know. I wouldn't do it. I simply would not have merch. When do you upgrade to hardware? Never. You gotta ask someone else about that. Props not Jack, he does hardware stuff. You could ask him. He's familiar. Not me though, I only do software. Well, I mean, I guess when I went to school, I did hardware stuff. And let me tell you, it is hard. It is in the name hardware. Doing hardware stuff is hard. Electrical engineering, that's hard. Would not recommend. See, the fishing picture I did for the Pixiv book was cool. It was like a commission. Yes. But that one was kind of like, they let me do whatever I want, right? Usually when you do commissions, it's like, the person is like, okay, I want you to draw this thing. If you're lucky, they'll tell you like what pose and they'll give you a reference and stuff like that. The thing I did for Pixiv was just like, I don't know, just draw something. And I was like, really? Okay. And then I just like, I want to draw this. And then they were like, that sounds cool. And I did it. And it was good. So while that was technically a commission, didn't really feel like it, you know? But the other Pixiv commission that I did, the one when they had Draw Fest or whatever, and they commissioned me to draw some of the, what is it called? The presenters? The MCs, whatever. Those were like, here's like a picture of these people. Can you draw something that looks like them? And then I was like, sure, I can do it. And I kind of procrastinated for a while. But I mean, it wasn't so bad. They're generally like pretty receptive to stuff. You know, typically you draw something, you're like, you have any like suggestions, anything you want me to change? And then they're mostly just like, yeah, this looks fine. There's like one tiny detail, and I was like, that's no big deal. I can do that. And then I did. And then it was fine. But sometimes you'll have clients that are like, they ask you for something, you give them a sketch, and they're like, okay, and then they get really specific. They're like, okay, but like, okay, that looks good, but can you have like this specific thing? Can you change it to be like this? And also like do this thing also? And sometimes it's also vague, you're not sure what they're actually asking. And then you're like, okay, well I could draw like, I could do another sketch of like what I think you want, and then I do it, and they're like, no, the first one, the first one's fine. I haven't had to deal with that too much, but I can imagine if I did it as a career, it would probably happen. But I think like Skeb, the website Skeb, where you can commission people, I think that one is just like, you just request what you want, and then there is no back and forth. Like what the artist draws is what you end up getting. And I think most people are fine with that. Yeah, that's what I meant. Skeb. I've never used the site, but that's how I think it works. You just put in your suggestions up front. There's no negotiations. I guess if they want to ask for clarification, they probably can't. Probably can. But it's mostly just they draw it. There's no like intermediate process. It just goes straight to them. And then they're done. And it goes straight to you. For the best commission, tell them to draw whatever they want. Well, that's also not necessarily true, right? I feel like usually, because like this wasn't really a standard commission. If your commission request is just to like draw whatever you want, I feel like the artist is... They might feel pressured. They're like, oh, this is so vague, I don't know what I want. Because I think the point of this book was like, this book was specifically to showcase the artists. So, like with the knowledge that what you're drawing is going to be in a book. So it's like whatever you feel like you want to put in the book, you can draw it. But usually if someone else is commissioning it, you know, you're like, I don't know what are they going to use this for? It could be like anything. Are they going to like put it in a book? I don't know. I don't think they're supposed to ask anything either. I guess that makes sense. I think Pixiv also has like I forget what it's called. Pixiv has its own system that's kind of like Skeb, where it's like people can submit things that they want to be drawn, and it's like posted publicly, or like publicly not associated with your name, but it's like the list of ideas is out there. And then if other people are like, yeah, I want this guy to draw the same thing, they can also contribute money to it. And then once the artist is done drawing it, then the payment gets sent to everyone who wanted this thing drawn. I don't know what it's called, but I think Pixiv does have that option. Let's see, Hamflu says I need direction. Yeah. Do you do commissions, Hamflu? I think you mentioned that you do that as your job. Something like that. Local commissions for people locally. I don't know. Doing commissions is too much effort for me. I would rather just do what I want to do. And if I don't feel too strongly about it, I'll just say I don't really do commissions. Yeah, draw what you want. It's too many options. I guess bounty is a way to... that is a way to put it. It's like it's just a suggestion, and then if they want to do it, you can pick it up. Stuff like that. I've never tried it, but I think from what I've seen, people also like it. It's also like, you know, usually I guess it tends to be for fan art, because a lot of times, like I guess like Skeb a lot of times is used for like individual requests, and it's like a lot of times it's someone's OC or their YouTuber. But then Pixiv, the Pixiv request system, I think it's actually just called Pixiv requests. You request something, if it's popular, you might get a lot of people thinking like, oh, I would like to see this too. And then it's like usually some fan art of some popular character or something. I don't know. It seems cool. I feel like Pixiv is pretty good to its artists. You know, if you get commissioned by Pixiv, they're pretty considerate. They pay pretty well. They're pretty open. They don't request too many changes. Or really any, at least for me. Art bounties could be fun to try as a non-artist. Yeah, there's also no pressure, right? Same thing for Skeb. People can submit requests, but the artists are under no obligation necessarily to actually accept them. But actually, I wonder what happens if someone requests something. Is there like a time limit on it? Because how does the artist get paid? For example, like let's say someone requested something like a year ago, right? Did they authorize the payment like a year ago, and then like once it actually gets fulfilled, then they take it out of your bank account or like your credit card or whatever? Because, like, what if you had the money back then? Oh, there is a time limit, okay. But I could imagine cases where, like, someone said, oh, I want to draw this thing. I want you to draw this thing. The artist doesn't get to it for, like, a long time. And then when they do get to it, the commissioner, like, doesn't have the money anymore. Then what do they do? Or do they already take the money? Do you, like, buy a coin or something? It's like how on Twitch, right? On Twitch, you can buy bits, and then it's already in the system. So I guess there could be a system like that, where instead of buying the money, you buy an intermediate currency, and then that currency goes toward the thing. That could be what it is. I don't know. There's many options. Anyway, look at this. We're catching so many fish. I feel like it's been such a long time since we've seen this many fish in here. Like the past few months, haven't been catching any fish basically. Remember those days when this fish fish cooler would be totally full of fish? Those were the days. Those were some days. Those were the days of all time. And now we're back. Oh, back to the good days. Can you eat the fish? No, but you can eat a sandwich. You can purchase a sandwich in this game. The fish, you can purchase half a sandwich. Nope. I saw bounties on open source projects. Yeah, that's also a thing. I think there's a thing called Open Collective. Well, no, Open Collective is how you pay open source software projects. Because, like, typically with open source stuff, it's, people don't tend to work on it full time. And so the people that are opening requests for stuff that they want, if someone picks it up, then they allocate funds to it. So the person who picked it up, they get to expense it or whatever. I haven't dealt too much with it. I think there was one time where I contributed to an open source project once. And like a year later, one of the guys like DM'd me on Mastodon, and he was like, hey, you contributed to this project at some point. If you want to consider opening a request to get paid, feel free to do so. And I just ignored it. But it is cool that you can do that though. Also, we got a 4th ring. We got 5 rings. We got another 4 rings. Check that out. Also, what happened to our bait? You're telling me the ring took the bait? I don't believe this. It's not even possible. Apparently XSplit contributed 20k to OBS. Aren't they a competitor? Do they use OBS stuff like in XSplit? Also, welcome Marklar. Open source programmers need artists for their interface. What does that mean? What does this even mean? Sometimes they do commission artists though. Like some open source projects, they have like a logo. Some of them have a mascot. Like Mastodon. Mastodon has like this elephant logo. Oh yeah, the UI. I guess when I typically think of art, I tend to kind of separate it from design. It's like, I guess they are kind of related. But typically when you mention an artist, I typically don't think of like UI, UX designers. But like they are artists, right? In some sense of the word. Yeah, design and art, they're related. But I think typically when you mention artist, I'll think of like someone who does character design, or like portraits, or like landscapes. UI is like its own thing. But it is kind of art. But design is also hard. It's like every time I have to like do a project, or like sometimes I have ideas that I want to do, like for in my own free time. And then when it comes to designing the backend, all the APIs and stuff like that, it's like, yeah, this is fun. I love doing this. And then when I have to get to the point where I have to actually make a UI for the users to interact with, I'm like, how does anyone do this? I hate doing this. Because it mostly ends up just being like trial and error, at least for me, because I don't know what I'm doing. And it's like, okay, I'm gonna change the padding a little bit, refresh the page. Okay, that doesn't look good. Okay, let me try to center this this div. Turns out I don't know how to do it. To look up a billion articles. And then it's like a lot of what if I put 5 pixels here? Oh, that looks good. But then it broke this other part of the site. It's a lot of that. Just a lot of that back and forth. And I would rather just focus on the data. It's like, as long as I can get the data, however the user deals with it, it's like, it's not really my problem. And typically that's why most places have like back-end and front-end software engineers. But sometimes people have to do both. That is annoying. I've seen some really nice UIs. Yeah. Graphic design, because I guess like graphic design, UI, and UX, they're like related. They're kind of like artists. Another group that gave OBS 20k is Games Done Quick. I guess that makes sense. They require it a lot for their events. You ever think about how like without OBS, streamers would be... Not even streamers, right? OBS is just used for any sort of like general recording. Like back in the day you had like Hypercam, unregistered Hypercam 2. You had Fraps. Remember Fraps? Every time you wanted to like record your desktop, it was so annoying. Now OBS, it's like, it's free, it is good quality. Everyone's using it. Oh yeah, Camtasia, that was also a thing. It's like so many things are good quality and free now. Back in the day, it was like, if you wanted to use high quality software, you gotta pay for it. Like web hosting, right? Back then, if you want to host something online, you usually would have to pay like a provider. They would give you like some PHP thing. They would give you an FTP server. You would have to log into it, upload your files, learn how to do PHP. But now it's like there's so many options. Hosting images as well. You can just go on Imager. They're hosting like so much data for like basically for free. You're thinking like, how do they fund this? The amount of bandwidth that's used for Imager and like any image hosting site is like, it's massive. Are they even making money? Like, do people actually use Imager? Because I feel like the way they make money is like through ads, right? But most people just either directly link to the images or whatever. So I feel like most people are not seeing the ads. Baked it. They could also be collecting. They're probably harvesting your data. Every time you make a request to the server, they're logging your IP, putting your cookies in there, they're tracking you. So that is probably how they make their money. Remember Neopets had custom HTML pages? Yes. That's how a lot of people learn HTML. I think when I was a kid, I feel like I mentioned this. Like on Neopets, I would have a custom thing. I'd put like a custom MIDI on my Neopets shop. I remember very specifically. I had the Eminem song known as Stan. I had never listened to that song, but I found a MIDI of it online, and I was like, yo, this MIDI is pretty good. So I put that on my Neopets shop. And I did not know what I didn't know what the actual vocals for that song were. I didn't know who Eminem was. I just knew he made the song known as Stan. And that everyone who went to my shop, they had to listen to it. Also, the fact that you can just load stuff from random websites. That would never work today. Everything has like a security policy today. You're not allowed to like directly link to images off from a different website. Because they could just be tracking you. They could put tracking pixels right there. My friend's scene brother had a huge HTML book so he could learn how to customize his MySpace page. Yeah. Those were the days. Now you can't really customize anything. Which is probably a good thing. Because a lot of times when you let people customize things, they'll just make things unreadable. A lot of times. They'll make questionable decisions. Like I remember when Twitter used to let you set your own background. Like every time someone visited your Twitter page, you could upload a custom image to the background. You could set a custom color as well, so all the buttons would be that color. But sometimes people would set it to like the most unreadable stuff ever, or like a really bright yellow. It's like unpleasant. But now you can't customize anything. Yeah, YouTube as well. I forgot about that. You can do that. Justin TV and its offline mode YouTube playlist thing. What is it? Oh, is it like if someone is offline, you can just set videos to be playing in the background? He had the most epic XD RAR MySpace page. Oh, MySpace. Do people still use MySpace? I heard people use it for music, right? I don't know. Miss my Twitter GIF. I think if you had, I think you can still upload a GIF as your Twitter avatar. I know the people who had a GIF as their Twitter avatar from a long time ago, they get to keep it. But I've seen people who have uploaded more recent ones. I don't know how they're doing it, but I think it is possible. Remember when you couldn't upload your own profile picture to YouTube? People would make 3-second videos of some picture they want. Oh wait, I don't remember that. Was it just like the default like gray? You know what I'm talking about? That gray icon? There's like a circle and then there's like a half a circle. It's basically like a guy. Also welcome Jack. We got a second Jack. Off Jack. Welcome. Also welcome Stanley. Stanley, I feel like your most used emote is the smile. You're always posting that. It's always like the first thing you post. YouTube default was the gray guy, but he was holding up a camera. I don't remember this. Also, welcome episodes. Man, remember Twitter's default used to be an egg? And people would make fun of you if you had the default egg avatar. Those were the days. The Justin TV thing is a public YouTube playlist you could set for people to see if they go to your channel. I think it auto-played. I see. It is a bit weird though that they you would embed a playlist from an external website. I would have expected it to be like, you can set a custom VOD to show to viewers. I think Twitch also, sorry, Twitch also has a thing where if you're offline, sometimes it'll recommend other people. Like the streamer can say, okay, I'm offline, please show me, you know, my friend's streams or whatever. I think it's called hosting. I think they're getting rid of hosting because people found it confusing. They would go to someone's page and then it's not playing their content. Yeah, auto host, that's what it was. What, gifts for Twitter profile pictures? Yeah. My old Twitter account had one. And it's still there. They kept the recommendation. Yeah, that's still there. It's like, check out these guys. While this streamer is offline, check out these other people. I think YouTube also has that. But like YouTube, you can set a channels page. And the limit was 140 characters, true. Now it's like 200... It's 280? Is it 280? Yeah, I think it is. I just checked and thankfully I could not find my old band's MySpace page. Is MySpace still a thing though? Like, who's really out there still using MySpace? Like, I would have assumed everyone's like on Bandcamp. Does Bandcamp have like social media stuff? Like, do people post social media updates, or is it just for music? I feel like every website kind of ends up evolving to the same thing, right? I think I saw that Spotify was changing its UI to look more like Instagram, and that always seems really weird to me. I think I saw like a mock-up. It's like, instead of just showing you stuff, it's like a feed that you scroll through. It's got a lot of like huge pictures, and you're like, this is not what I want to use Spotify for. And then every website eventually converges to like TikToks, basically, right? YouTube YouTube has YouTube Shorts. I think Instagram also has the equivalent of TikToks. And then they used to have like Instagram stories. Everyone copied that. Twitter had like Twitter fleets, which were basically Instagram stories, like Snapchat or whatever. Short form content. Yeah, that's what it is. Short form content. But like, some accounts on Twitter are allowed to post really long videos. I don't know how that works, right? Sometimes you see like a brand account, and you're like, okay, videos are typically limited to 2 minutes and 20 seconds. But you see like a brand account post a video that's like 10 minutes long. You're like, what the heck? And then like Twitter Blue subscribers, they can post really long tweets, like 2,000 characters. It's like they're getting rid of the need to use Twit longer. If you pay money. I don't know. Social media, it's a thing. I actually like fleets. I did actually also like fleets. Or like fleets. I was like one of the few people on my timeline that actually used them. I would post something every single day. I think some other, like the other VTubers that I followed, I think Pomu used to use them. Ame used to use them. But that was basically it. Like no one else used them at all. At least of the people that I followed. Lately I've been disliking that I've been getting Twitter posts that I don't follow. Well, it's because you're on the For You page. If you click on the following page, it'll show you only tweets from people that you follow. Or that they retweet. But they default you to the For You page. And it used to be that they would show you like why it's on your timeline, right? It would say, okay, this person follows this guy. This person follows this guy. Some people that you often retweet, they retweet this guy. Stuff like that. But now they got rid of it. I don't understand why this thing is showing up. Right? Sometimes I'll just get like weird drama on my timeline from people that I don't follow, and I don't know why it's showing up. It's like, oh, this guy's getting canceled for this thing. This guy, people are making fun of this guy for doing this thing, and I'm like, I don't know who this is. Why is this on my For You page? There's no explanation. And then I have to click a thing that's like, don't show me this, like show me less of this. But they still keep showing it to me. It's the algorithm. Do whatever they want. The For You page is like scrolling shorts. Yeah, it's like stuff without any context. You're like, why is this why is this here? What's going on? The For You tab has devolved into it, yeah. It also used to be its own separate thing, right? It used to not be a tab. You have to like click an icon. It's like a sparkly icon. And then it said, we're showing you non-chronological tweets for you. And everyone would always change it. And they would always change it back. We don't know why they're doing this. They want to make the Twitter Battle Royale happen. Yeah, they're gonna... It's a PvP enabled zone. There's always drama. I know what they're doing. I guess I do also know why they're doing this. Because they're trying to make money back. Because Elon Musk bought the company. And a lot of people left. And they gotta be like, we gotta make our money back somehow. And so they're just trying a ton of things just to see what works. But also, like, basically, I think, like, probably every social media company is running at a loss. The same thing for, like, a lot of the sites that we've become accustomed to, right? Like Uber, a lot of people use Uber. They're not making money. Instagram, like, Facebook is losing a ton of money. Twitter's losing money. I don't know. YouTube's probably losing money. I don't know. Are they? I don't know. They could be. Twitch is probably not making money. And yet they have all the market share. For what? We don't know. Let's see. I do appreciate the previous For You about a month ago introduced me to a VTuber at the same school. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes there is content that I'm like, glad that it showed it to me. But a lot of the time it's just like, I just don't know why this is here. It's not awful, but sometimes it's awful. Sometimes it's like, I really wish I did not see this. Really wish you did not inform me of this. Dominating market share? Yeah. But like, I don't know. You think of like how many billions of dollars are being lost just to have market share. And like once they have the market share, what are they gonna do? They're just gonna increase prices like a ton. Since they're the only one in the market, everyone's just like, well, I guess we have no option. I don't know. Can't wait for April Fool's Day. That's in 2 weeks. That's right, almost exactly 2 weeks. Amazon sold books at a loss until they drove everyone else out of business. I guess like bookstores. I can't even think of bookstores that still exist. Barnes and Noble still exists. Obviously libraries are still there. When was the last time any one of you guys have been to a library? I feel like when I was in college I used to go to them. There is a nice library in Manhattan. The New York Public Library. The big one. I think I went there one time. A few times. You can just sit there. I didn't even look at the books. I just sat in the library. It's everyone's strat. True. I mean, I went to the library. I didn't read books. But you can sit there. You can have a nice chill place to use your tablet and stuff. Too distracted to read books, true. Info doesn't even know. Well, if you tell us your address, we could look it up for you. Or you could look it up and tell us, and then we know where your local library is. But I would not recommend it. Used to love reading, but now it's kind of meh. I read tweets. That's basically the extent of reading that I do. I read tweets. I read Twitch chat. I read, that's basically it. I read Discord sometimes. I read words. I probably enjoy libraries. You could check it out. Remember having a library card? Those were some times. Let's see, I went to my local library for a quiet place to read that wasn't my bedroom a few years ago. It is nice. There's you can use the computers as well. Like for people that don't have access to computers at home, they can just go to the library. You can use the Wi-Fi as well. I'm sure it's probably also good if you're like a tourist and you're trying to find a place that has a Wi-Fi. Just a calm place where you can sit down. Good public area, you know. I wouldn't mind working at a library. Social media essentially is just online books. Well, people are just pirating PDFs anyway, so who even needs books? Physical books, though, it's too much. You gotta maintain a catalog. I imagine it would be really annoying, right, to maintain a library, because you gotta like keep track of which books are taken out, which book goes where. They got the Dewey Decimal System. You guys remember that? You gotta put a book in a certain place. Instead, you can just search for it on your hard drive, your SSD or whatever. But I guess there is a place for it. Because also, like ebooks are a thing, but if they terminate your account, then you don't have access to them. The alternative is to like pirate them or whatever. Library jobs require specific degrees. Yeah, I don't know. It does seem like a lot of effort. Gotta know a lot. Like, someone can just go up to you and ask you, like, hey, where can I find this book? You gotta do stuff. You gotta, like, look it up in the system. You gotta go over there. Gotta put the book over there. You gotta interact with customers. And for what? How do libraries even make money? It's like, it's funded by, like, taxes, basically. Because like it's free. It's basically free. Now, thank you, Leslie Empty. Thank you for the raid. Let me check what you're doing. Whoop. Tax, yeah, donations. We're just talking about the library. You were doing art. Hope the art was good. Hope you had a good stream. What did you draw? What did you draw today? There, I did both shoutouts. And speaking of taxes are due soon. It's there. Maxter, do you recommend that this person raid me? Are you the reason why this raid happened? Let's see. Duck said, I checked out a digital manga from the library. It's better quality than the publisher's website digital manga. Wait, how do you check out stuff from a digital library? Is it just like you download it onto your phone and then they you have access to it for a certain amount of time? But it's like, if it's digital, do they have like a limit, I guess? Because like for physical books, it makes sense, right? Because you only have like one or two of the same book, and so like one person can check it out. For digital libraries, do they like artificially say we can have you have like 3 people that can check this book out? And what if you don't return it? How do they do it? There are limits and wait lists? What the? Then like, what's stopping someone from just like taking a screenshot of it? I guess there are things, right? You guys ever like rent a video on YouTube? Apparently you're not allowed to screenshot those. If you try to screenshot it, your browser will actually stop you. I think there was a time when I think Amelia Watson did a watch along of some movie once, and like after the fact she wanted to show like a screenshot of this one part of the movie, and then she was trying to do it and she was like, my browser is literally not letting me screenshot this. So that's the thing. It is indeed Maxter who recommended the raid. Thank you for the recommendation. I think Firefox is usually better with that for letting people screenshot stuff. I guess, yeah, the DRM that's built into browsers. It's like closed source stuff. It's usually like Netflix has its own DRM stuff. I think you're also probably not allowed to screenshot those. But you could just like if you were capturing it on a different device, you could screenshot it. You could take a photo of it. Remember when people would go to movies and they would bootleg the movie by recording it in the movie theater? Let's see, libraries may partner with a service such as Overdrive and Libby. It's like renting digital stuff, but for free. I guess that feels like a lot of hassle, right? Seems like a lot of effort. I guess it's better than nothing, though. A lot of times a screenshot is a certain purple fuchsia I've noticed in DRM. I don't think I've ever tried to take a screenshot of stuff. If you turn off hardware acceleration, it usually lets you screenshot. You didn't hear that from me. I wonder where I heard this from. Somehow I know this information now, and I don't know where I learned it. I do turn off hardware acceleration on this PC, on my browser, because I notice sometimes, like in VR, right? I have this window open. I think it's capturing like straight from my display. So you see this orange, this yellow border around it? If I don't focus on the window, hold on, let me post like an animated emote, right? If I post this wiggly, right? If this window is focused, it's active. But then if I click out of the window, oh, okay, it's still working. It's still working, but if I turn on hardware acceleration in VR, it's not gonna render what I don't see on screen. And so that wiggly would not be moving. And that's why I turned it off. That's the only reason. Let's see, I bought some art course that makes me download something that doesn't let you screenshot anything on the PC while it's running. Anything. It's like built into Windows. Also, I should hydrate. It's been an hour. It's hydration time. Alright, I have hydrated. Libraries are pretty cool. Actually, let me show you the photo. There's a photo of the library I'm talking about. The New York Public Library in New York. It's very cool. It's a very nice building. It's the one at Bryant Park, right? Look, is doxing my used precise location? No. New York Public Library. You got the map locations. There's the main one. It's very pretty. Where's the big one? The big New York Library. It's the one. Hold on. New York. It's at Bryant Park, right? Yeah, it's this one. Yeah, this building, this is like the nicest library. Look at this library. It's so fancy. It's huge. It's got huge rooms you can look at. This room, this is called the reading room. I've been here a few times. It's basically just a really nice big room. Very tall ceilings. Very nice place. Would recommend checking it out. You could be a tourist. You could be a resident of the area. There was that. It's not that many people. Like, the room is really big. There's plenty of space around you. Let's see, saw online there's these HDMI dongle things that can be used for VR and other stuff to trick PC into thinking it's actually connected to a monitor. What? Oh wait, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, like in VR, if you want like a second virtual monitor, I think you need to actually have like a monitor plugged in. But if you have like a fake monitor, you can just it shows up only in VR. I did consider getting one of those. But it was a bit annoying, so I don't know. I don't even use VR that much. Basically, I only really use it when I'm streaming. Basically, only on Wednesdays, my mandated VR streaming hours is when I'm doing VR. Also, I just noticed the color. This shade of blue/green. It's pretty nice. It only looks like this when it's like slightly raining. Yeah, the contractually obligated VR time. The only time when I will VR. I mean, I used to, like, on weekends sometimes, I would play Pistol Whip. I guess I haven't done it as much recently. I feel like my brain is starting to, like, it can't stay in VR as long as it used to, or as I used to be able to, before getting eye strain. I definitely talked about this last week as well. A lot of time spent just staring at screens all day, basically. And then you go into VR where you're basically, like, your eyes are so close to a VR screen for like an hour, multiple hours. And it's like when you think of like your parents, they usually tell you like, oh yeah, you spend all day looking at a screen. But then like for this, it's literally like right in front of your eyes. I looked it up, I was like concerned about whether it's bad for your eyes or whatever. Apparently research is inconclusive, which surprised me. Right? Imagine having like a VR headset strapped on your screen, on your face. You're just staring, like it's like 2 inches from your eyes. It's constantly blasting light into your eyes. You're telling me this is somehow not awful for you? Apparently we don't even know. Hope they make better headsets soon. I'm sure they will. It's just like a trade-off between whether the quality is good and what people are willing to pay. Right, because there are some really good VR headsets, but they're like thousands of dollars, and they're more for like enterprise users, I guess, for like professional training and stuff like that. It was like the casual market. The headsets are definitely not even... I forgot where I was going with this. They're not as good, but they're also much cheaper and affordable. So they don't even know if flossing your teeth is good for you. Do you guys actually floss your teeth? I don't remember the last time I actually flossed my teeth. I just use a toothbrush. But they are for different things. I don't actually... You guys do floss your teeth? I think the last time I actually... Yeah, I do use a toothpick though. The last time I flossed my teeth probably was when I was in elementary school. I should floss. I mean, like, I guess I should, but... I don't know, it's not so bad. I also just brush. Do you guys know the proper brushing technique though? You guys have an electric toothbrush? Who here has an electric toothbrush? And who here is doing it manually? Might be different depending on your teeth. I feel like often I don't usually get stuff stuck in my teeth. Or when I do, a toothpick is fine, it's good enough. Mom got one for your birthday, big difference maker. Yeah. I feel like an electric toothbrush is one of those things that make a good gift, right? Someone who doesn't already have one probably doesn't feel like buying one, but then if someone buys it for you and you were just using a manual toothbrush, and then it's got to be like, oh yeah, actually this is really good. What if I've been doing this manually the whole time? Like some kind of fool. It doesn't even tell me when to stop, when to move to the different quadrant. You still have to do the same manual work? Yeah, but it's like... it's just better. Like every 30 seconds it'll buzz a little bit to tell you to move on to the next section. Because like the technique for brushing your teeth, you should be brushing for 2 minutes total. 30 seconds in each quadrant. And the electric toothbrush tells you. It tells you when to switch. And I think that's cool. Slime Molder says, I have food get caught in my back teeth, so I need to floss. Do you have your molars still? I know like people often tend to get their molars removed. I still have mine. I've never had to remove them. Dunkin' is retiring the Dunkachino. Was it ever an official Dunkin' Donuts product? I thought it was just a meme. Is the Dunkachino real? Let's see, manual, and I floss when I don't neglect myself. I don't even have floss in my house. Also, welcome MM0. It is just better. True, so true. I still have my molars. Oh wait, molars and wisdom teeth are different things. Sorry, I mean wisdom teeth. What are molars? Hold on, what's the difference? Molars? Wisdom teeth, are those the ones on the bottom? Or are those different? I don't know. I still have my wisdom teeth and molars though. I've never had to remove them. I've had no issues. Yeah, when they remove your wisdom teeth, they've removed your wisdom. That's where the wisdom is contained. Some people think wisdom is contained in the brain. No, it's in the teeth. That's where they store it. Let's see, it was a thing long before Jack and Jill. I've never seen a Dunkachino. Let's see, my friend's roommate didn't know you had to still brush normally with an electric. They were just holding it on their teeth. I guess I can see how that can be misunderstood. But like the toothbrush doesn't cover like the entire quadrant of your teeth though. You would still have to move it. I don't know. Molars are the rectangles, others are the squares. Things in front. Oh, those are... Okay, so I guess do people normally don't remove their molars, and I confuse the two. Okay. The wisdom teeth. Yes, people usually remove wisdom teeth. I assume molars are always there, but I have not removed them. Let's see, Off-Jack never got any wisdom teeth. Is that normal? Do some people just normally they just don't get them? If you have your molars removed, something has definitely gone wrong. Okay, I misunderstood. I confuse molars with wisdom teeth. Some people don't need to get them removed. No, I mean like if you don't get them like at all. Off-Jack says they've never gotten any wisdom teeth like at all. It never grew in. Is that even possible? I never got them. Yeah, never got, not even like, they just never, they were just never there. What's even the point? You would think like if evolution worked, then the human body would just not produce wisdom teeth at all. I guess that's the case here, right? Since you never got them, maybe you're evolved further than the rest of us. Your body has evolved to determine that wisdom teeth are needed. It's like the appendix, right? Some people need to get their appendix removed. Apparently, like, it's not even really needed. Sometimes it can get inflamed or whatever. If I was a human, which I am, if I was a human, I would simply not have any unnecessary organs or teeth. Unnecessary teeth. I simply would not have them. Thankfully, I'm not human though. Sorry, I am human. But if I was an optimal human, I would not have those. They had 3 wisdom teeth removed. Apparently one wasn't there to take out. They charged me full price anyway. What the? They should have charged you 75%. How can this is a scam? Although I'm gonna assume it was paid by insurance. Did you have to pay for it yourself? Or was it... did insurance pay for it? Because I guess I feel like if you have insurance, they probably will charge more just because they know the insurance company is going to pay for it. Apparently sometimes they just charge you for stuff, and if you dispute the charge, they'll be like, oh yeah, sorry, but this actually wasn't needed. Oh. But then you gotta try a lot. Don't have dental, use my HSA. Oh yeah, that's the thing. The HSA, that is a thing, the health savings account. I have one of those. One of those annoying weird things about the human body. Yeah, there's so many weird things. There's so much unnecessary stuff. Let's see, Stanley said had a middle school friend that had to remove his appendix early. Like while he was in middle school? That seems really inconvenient. Like, what about the days before surgery was a thing, right? You think people that had appendix problems, what did they do? They would just live with it? They would just experience pain and do nothing about it? What do you think, like, the first guy who did surgery? They're like, you know, oh, this thing's hurting. The first guy to think, okay, I'm gonna take like a knife and cut into your body to remove the thing. It is amazing that humans can do stuff like this. Right, you think animals could do this? Other animals that are not humans, if they have something going wrong in their body, they don't even know. To think, like, imagine if a bear had something wrong inside their body, and then like another bear was like, oh yeah, let me just remove that for you. Right? That'd be so wild. But humans, we do that. They practice on dead bodies. I guess that makes sense. But then how do they know? Like, after the guy died from the internal organ issue, the person was just like, okay, I'm gonna cut up the body to see what's in there. And then they found it. But how do they know that doing that fixes the pain? Because the guy's dead, right? The guy's just like... yeah. I don't know. Science is wild. See, I've heard the appendix can store beneficial bacteria to help you recover from getting your gut bacteria wiped out. Okay. It's like fish tanks, right? You guys know with fish tanks, you shouldn't replace all the water. You should keep some of it in, like filters. Fish tanks sometimes have filters. And those filters carry beneficial bacteria. So only replace part of it. It's literally, I guess the appendix, is the appendix like a filter? Is that the equivalent? Let's see, apparently wisdom teeth are a problem because we eat softer foods when we're younger. Because of agriculture and industrialization. Is that the problem? We eat softer... oh, okay, so I guess the wisdom teeth, if we were like in the wild, yeah, we like hunt our own animals, the meat is like harder to chew, so we do need them. But then now that we're in Now that we're in society, we don't need them as much. They're not as necessary. HSA is for saving, not spending. You could do both. So I'm gonna try on the next person. True. The next guy that complains about the pain, they're like, there's an experimental treatment. If that guy lived, they found it worked. I guess. They do that today too, right? They have experimental treatments. You're like, well, we got this problem. We don't know what the issue is. We're doing a clinical trial. Whoever's willing to put their body on the line, you can take some medical supplements. Maybe it'll kill you, maybe, or you can be fine. We simply don't know. Or they tried on rats. People used to drill holes in their head to get rid of headaches. What the? What the heck? What, with drills? With actual drills? Imagine being the first guy to do that. Some guy's like, oh man, I have a migraine. And they see like a drill. That's scary. No, they probably got someone else to do it for them. They wouldn't do it themselves. Just sharp rocks. Just a blunt weapon. We do be living in a society though. Soon we'll only just eat goop. I mean, some people do that, right? Soylent? You guys ever think of how weird it is that they named their product Soylent? Named after the classic movie Soylent Green, where it's made of people. They saw a product and they were like, oh yeah, this thing called Soylent, infamously known as being made of people. Yeah, we'll name her drink after that. And somehow it is still a thing. It's totally fine. See, the tougher meat widens the jaw. That's one hypothesis. Let's see. Yeah, I haven't had issues with my wisdom teeth. Like sometimes stuff gets stuck in there in between the teeth, but it's like, it's not that bad. Food will be for the elite. The Black Plague, the bloodletting. Is that when they would drill holes in people's heads? Let's see, before 1800, I feel like you'd be better off not going to a doctor. But they would just amputate you. They'd just be like, oh doctor, I'm feeling there's something wrong with my hand. And then they just cut it off. Those were the days. Science. Science really has progressed. Science is wild. Imagine learning things. Imagine being in society. Contributing to science. Look at all these fish. We've caught so many fish though. We've never even seen the fish thing be this full. Oh yeah, we got this the three consecutive streams thing. Did they finally fix this thing? Do you guys see this? I think if you watch 3 streams in a row, it'll say tell the moderators and the content creators that I have watched 3 streams in a row. And I think if you click it before, it would show it to everyone. But I think now it only shows it to who it's supposed to show it to. Wait, what? It's there. You do see it. Okay, never mind. They didn't fix it. Everyone sees it. But the message says, show this only to the streamer and the mods. And so you click it, you think is only going to show to them, but everyone sees it. Also, welcome Props Not Jack. Also, yeah, they used to use leeches. True, so true. There were leeches. It's weird because I don't think they have a thing for like more than 3 days, right? Like if someone's been watching, if they have like a, if they had like a, you know, 100-day streak, right? There's no option to show it, right? It's like you can only, if you reset your streak and then you have 3, then you can do it. It's weird. So by saying that you have 3 implies that you do not have more than 3. The streak messages remind me of those Xbox achievement ads. How beating a game is good, but showing everyone you beat it is better. Yeah, people who play games on Switch don't even have achievements. The fact that I played Dark Souls on the Switch... Is there an achievement for beating Dark Souls at Soul Level 1? Because if there is, me playing on the Switch means I can't get that achievement. Also, welcome Potato. Why would you even want that? I don't know. I wonder if the message is just broken, or if they realize no one would actually click it if they thought everyone else would see it. Who knows? I've gotten the prompt. I don't click it. Because, like, who cares, right? I feel like that would be really annoying in, like, really large streams, right? People who have thousands of viewers... I don't know if it's even enabled on those channels, but, like... If you have that, and all your viewers just, like... You get 1 billion or, like, 1,000 messages per day that just say, this guy has a 3-day streak. Right? I don't know. Don't want to hear about your streak unless it's at least 15. They could make it so that the streamer could set the minimum, right? They could say, only show me someone who has a 300-day watch streak, and then no one can achieve it. Or like, you know how some people have channel point redeems that are like, just to say that they're here? They could use that for attendance, right? You could say, okay, I was here this one day. Or show me a thing where someone was here 20 days in the past 30 streams. Or whatever, I don't know. What if someone is sick? It's like attendance. You're taking daily attendance. So level 1 is a self-imposed challenge. True. You guys know Stack Overflow has has achievements for stuff like that? They have one for like the fact that you've been on the site 100 days in a row. I remember I actually used to be the kind of person who would care about that kind of stuff. So I would make sure to go to Stack Overflow every day until I got my gold badge. I used to actually do a lot of stuff on Stack Overflow. They have achievements for like moderating stuff. They have achievements for suggesting edits to a post to get a certain number of... Yeah, you get an achievement for marking tickets as duplicates. It does get people to do it though. And then I stopped caring. Yeah, the clout. Look, I have 2,000 Stack Overflow points or whatever. I have so many gold badges. Everything has achievements. Let's check my Stack Overflow. Stack Overflow. How do I even find it? You can see what achievements I have. Stack Overflow. Necessary cookies only. Okay, search. User Wolfie. Capture. We have to do a captcha. Click the fire hydrants. Look at this. Okay, when you guys do these captchas, do you click this one? You guys seeing this? So the fire hydrant, it's here. Technically, there's no fire hydrant here, but if you were thinking of it like as a rectangle, like, is this part of it? Actually, this one also is not part of the fire hydrant. I don't know. We don't know. We simply don't know. Select the buses. Here are some buses. What about these? There's a bus here. There's part of a bus in there. Okay, where's Wolfie? I'm gonna look at user Wolfie. This search is not working. Users? Wolfie? That's me, here's me. I have 4 gold badges. Fanatic. Visit the site every day for 100 consecutive days. Vote on 600 questions. Complete 1,000 review tasks. Completed so many. Got silver badges. Got bronze badges. Top tags: OpenCV, C++, Vim. I don't even use most of these things anymore. PHP. C++, I don't even use these. There's no fire hydrant. You guys are robots. Does that mean you can speedrun Stack Overflow? Probably. It also depends on what questions people are posting though. Yeah, I can definitely solve that CAPTCHA easily. That is true. Yeah, they have image identification stuff. If it has a small amount, I don't count it. I count it. I do it. I think the way it works is usually you can select stuff that's not part of it, but then like... I don't know. I don't know. Not a robot yet. Maybe I am. Maybe you're a robot. You thought about this? Maybe you're the robot? You guys see ChatGPT 4 is out? Or not ChatGPT, just GPT 4. It exists. It's real. I don't really know what the big deal is. We got ChatGPT 3, got GPT 4. I too seek the certainty of steel over the fragility of flesh. What does that mean? Robots? What if they made robots out of organic material? Right, you know how, like, got computers that are electrical signals? What if it wasn't? What if they made a computer out of something else? A different Turing-complete system? Biological parts? I mean, some people say that our brain is similar to neural networks. And those aren't electrical, right? No, they are electrical, right? Doesn't your brain have electrical signals? The neurons. Yogi King just wants to be happy. Well, I can't help with that. They use stem cells to make an artificial brain. I'll be honest, I don't really know what stem cells are. Is that weird to say that I don't know what they are? They're like there's like cells from someone's body. But it's controversial because people don't think they should be used for stuff. What's the deal? We're talking about ethics today. Ethics in biology. Biological science. Protocells, they're the cells that become other types of cells. Oh, so it's like the wild card. They can just become things. They're just like. It's like from the Matrix. You guys ever seen the Matrix? What's his name? Anderson, not Anderson. That guy, Mr. Anderson. No, the other guy. That guy who becomes the other guy. That guy. It's basically him. Welcome, Happy Toaster. I keep thinking of that guy as Mr. Anderson, but it's just, he's the guy who says Mr. Anderson, right? What was his actual name? That guy. You know who I'm talking about. The guy. Agent Smith, yeah. He's not Anderson. Anderson is Keanu Reeves, right? And from fetuses and bone marrow. The ethical thing was that they're originally harvested from embryos. Aborted feet. Oh, I see. source it from other things. It's wild. Science is so crazy. People out here doing things that I don't even understand. You guys ever see those videos on YouTube that's like, I think it's like a Wired, right? It's of a scientist or someone who's like an expert in something, explaining something to different people of different levels of knowledge. It's like a guy explains relativity, the theory of relativity, to a child, to a 5th grader, to a high schooler, to a college student, to an expert. I've seen those. It's pretty good. They're pretty good at explaining things. Sometimes I watch those and I'm like, I don't know anything about this. And then he's explaining it to the child and they're like, oh yeah, it's like this thing. It's basically like this. And the child understands. And then sometimes he explains a thing to someone else. And like, I also understand this. But sometimes it's like oversimplified. And then they talk to the expert and they're like, and then I'm lost. I'm like, what the heck? What is this guy even saying? Well, if he explains VTubing to 5 levels of otaku, what would the 5 levels be? Explains it to a normie? Okay, well, you guys ever watch cartoons? It's basically like a cartoon. Except it's, you guys know like Shrek. You know how Shrek has an actor? It's basically that. Except they sync the motion in real time. And then the second level is you're talking to, no, the first level is you're talking to like an old person. An old person who doesn't even know what a cartoon is. Well, okay, you know, like people, they have mouths. They have eyes. Sometimes when you move things, they're okay, a computer, you know what a computer is? Okay, so computer. Got numbers. Got math. I don't know. So welcome JC Souls. And then the final level is you're explaining it to someone who is also someone who has 1 billion memberships and subscriptions across YouTube and Twitch. And then they're too into it. The 5th level, this guy is too into it. They spend every waking moment. Yeah, someone who is a VTuber. True. Just talk to them. No, the 5th level is you doing a collab with someone. A collab where you talk about VTubing, where you do a talk show about VTubing. The 5th level is when someone who does a VTuber talk show invites you to their VTuber talk show. Like Iron Mouse. The 5th level is you being on an Iron Mouse podcast. That's it. Just a y'all marionette like a Maria Marionette from Nijisanji EN. 5th wave, I think. The viewer is the VTuber. You guys are the VTuber. Soon everyone will be a VTuber. One day someone's gonna major. Is it some college somewhere? You know how like some colleges they have programs for like social media stuff? They're probably like one of these days there's gonna be like a college that has a major in VTubing. Actually, no, Nijisanji kind of does that, right? Nijisanji's Japanese branch. A lot of their recent waves / generations, they have like a virtual talent agency program, which is basically like you're like studying to be a VTuber because they're training you, and then they just get their streamers from that. So it's basically already happening as we speak. The next level is going on with a webcam wearing a mask of your VTuber head. Is that actually her though? Like I've seen that. like I don't know the context of that. Is that actually Mito doing that, or is that some fan? Because from what I've seen, I always assume it was just some fan wearing wearing Mito's VTuber head. It is actually her? Okay. See, I didn't know that. Now I know. Now I've learned. The 6th level is Ryan Gosling. That guy's not even real. Ryan Gosling, he's not even real. He's just like Germa. No, the 6th level is Germa. You just become Germa. The percentage of chat members who are VTubers or artists seems very high sometimes. In what? Like in... It depends on the channel you're going to, I guess. Artists though, there's a lot of artists. It's actually her. I believe the school thing in Niji-Sanji JP is why a lot of the EN talents are currently JP talents that speak English, skipping that process. Oh yeah, like 2 of the members of the latest Niji EN wave are like, they are actually Japanese. But I mean, like, the only requirement is that you speak English, right? So it's not, I guess it's not that big a deal. In fact, it's probably beneficial that you do speak English and Japanese, because it's like a hard skill, you know? It's a hard skill to be bilingual, to speak multiple languages fluently. Oh wait, I forgot I wasn't actually fishing. Yeah, those people. Is it controversial? Do some people think like these guys shouldn't even be here? I'm sure they get some criticism for that. Yo, look at all these fish. There's so many of them. Getting so much. We're fishing so much. This is the most I fished probably in the last 6 months. Got all the fish. Look, we can see the fish right there. That fish is going for it. Yeah, a lot of fish. It's charming to have someone like that. I'm sure there are people that are envious. True. Also, my headset power is low. So I turned on my charger. What the heck? Oh shoot. I was wondering why the boat looked like it was moving. My hand was just holding on to this thing. Anyway, that's cool. It's cool. You can pass the audition process and get into a company. Get into like a VTuber organization. Good for them. I would never. Feels like so much effort. You know, like VTubing, doing corporate VTubing doesn't feel like a job, right? All the people that do it, it's basically their life. I've talked about this as well. You know, typically, imagine if like you applied to like a job and they expected you to just, this job is now your life. You're gonna like collab with your coworkers outside of company hours. I guess there are no hours, right? You set your own hours, sort of. But it's still like, you know? I don't know. Feels kind of weird to me. It's not even your... It's a second life. It's basically your life. Right? A lot of times you just like... At some point you're gonna have to like go to Japan. You're gonna have to do like off collabs. These people live so far away from each other. They're doing all these off collabs. But it's like, I'm assuming they're doing it because they want to. But then the people that don't do it, isn't that kind of weird? If all your coworkers are like, they're all doing off collabs, they're all willingly hanging out with each other off stream. And you don't want to be like the one guy who doesn't. Who even knows? But see, to be honest, I've always wanted to be a VTuber, but my lack of social skills is just panic. I mean, it's like you could do it to improve, right? That's why I stream, because I was just like, I'm not good at talking aloud for long periods of time. And then, you know, instead of doing nothing about it, I was just like, you know, what if I just start streaming? And you could gradually get better over time. And now here I am. I'm just on a lake talking to people every Wednesday. And it is okay. Anyway, that's it. The 2 working hours options are too much work and way too much work. Well, I think like within your first year, right? Because like, if you look at the applications for those corporate VTuber positions, it's like the minimum you have to stream, I think, is like 3 times a week, like a year or something. At least, maybe like at least 2 hours a day or something on those 3 days. But everyone always does so much more than that. You have people that are streaming like almost every day. I mean, I guess it's because they enjoy it, but also I would like to see a corporate VTuber that kind of just treats it as a job, like the job that it is. Just stream the same hours every day. Refuse to do any sort of like thing, I don't know. Any extracurricular thing, just don't do it. Who knows? Who even knows? What do you mean you don't want to go to the bar with your coworkers and have no common ground? That's me, that's me. As soon as 5 p.m. rolls around, I'm just done. I just leave. Sounds like you want to watch Guru. No, but she's like in Japan hanging out with like the rest of Halloween. There's a lot of them who are worried that if they don't stream every day, they won't grow their channel. That is also true. It's like if you ever go on vacation, then all your viewers will forget about you. Too concerned about the numbers. Because I guess like the numbers then are related to your livelihood. Because it's not like a traditional job where you get paid a salary or like based on how much you work. It's just like how much your viewers feel like paying you. And that can change dramatically. Right, you'll have some months where you make a ton of money, like from your birthday or special events, whatever. And I guess in that sense, you kind of feel like you have to keep doing special events, right? Some people, they do subathons every few months. Just because that's where the money comes from. Hunting for 8 hours a day of Tetris and then punch out. Blocktuber. Hashtag block. No, there wasn't even a fish here. Salome from Niji-san. Oh yeah, that is true. That is who I'm thinking of. Yeah, she also doesn't really do collabs, right? She just debuted, she had like a ton of momentum. Yeah, she streams mostly the same hours every day. Doesn't do collabs. That's it. That's, you know, if we had a streamer like that who was in the English-speaking corporate VTuber sphere, that's what I'm looking for. Because like my favorite streamer, Northern Lion, who I talk about literally all the time, he treats his streaming exactly like a job. He goes live for like 5 hours a day, Monday to Friday. He never streams after 5 p.m. Eastern. He never streams before noon Eastern time. Every time someone wants to do a collab and it's outside of those hours, he just doesn't do it. And I think that's great. I love that. He's just doing his job. I don't know, but it's also different, right? People have different preferences. Some people like seeing streamers that go outside of their boundaries, doing wacky stuff. Like Germa. That Germa guy. A friend of mine mentioned Northern Lion and described him as he is the favorite content creator of your favorite content creator. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that. Many people are saying this about him. Easier to do that once you're established. Yeah, but also like being consistent is also like, I don't know. Yeah, I guess both. I guess both. Because like consistency also like has people expect that you'll be there, you know? Like for me, when I watch streamers and they stream at the same time every day, I can count on them to be there. Right? Like usually after I end my stream, I always tune into Choco Jackson's stream and Hamflow's stream. Because I know they're always streaming on weekdays right after my stream, and it's just like they'll be there usually. Unless something happens, but they're usually there. So I'm pretty much always there. But then if someone just streams, like they stream at a different time every day, or they're not streaming every day, I don't know if they're going to be streaming. Simply, I just don't know. See, also corporal VTubers have to do all the other non-streaming work. Yeah, that's also the thing. They have to like record like voice lines for stuff. Sometimes they have to sing songs, they have to practice. Gotta do like 3D debuts. You gotta travel to Japan, which actually is pretty cool. Like, what if someone doesn't feel like it? They're just like, oh, you gotta practice for this thing. I'm like, I don't feel like doing it. You guys hear that sound? Wow. Rather have shorter, more consistent streams than randomly long streams. You're probably onto something. Yeah, like some people when they stream like for a really long time. Like you can never tell whether their stream is gonna be like 2.5 hours or 5 hours, right? Whatever they feel like doing at the day, they're like, okay, I'm playing this game. I'm going to stream until I feel like stopping. And that could be 8 hours. that could be 1 hour. You never know. And so I always end my streams like before 3 hours. Usually, I mean, it's been going up. I used to end it around the 2 hour 30 minute mark. Now I've been going more towards like 2 hours and 45 minutes. But definitely below 3 hours. Sometimes things go on for too long. They have meetings at 3 in the morning. Yeah, also, that's like... Because, like, if you're a corporate VTuber, your manager is probably, like, in Japan, usually, if you're in one of those big companies. And so they got times. Sometimes, like, you feel like streaming at a certain time, and then you have, like, a meeting. I feel like this happens with Nijisanji EN as well. Right? Sometimes they'll have a stream. And then they'll be like, oh, sorry, I have a stream during this time. Or I have a meeting during this time, so I have to like move my scheduled stream. You have like a collab, whatever. There does seem to be an advantage to streaming daily or all weekdays. Everyone takes breaks, yes. Streaming is hard. Because things happen. I don't know. Yeah, Lyra and JRPGs. Yeah, she plays a billion hours. Imagine being consistent with stream length. I feel like you used to be more consistent, right? But now it's like it's not so bad. It still doesn't tend to go like above 4 hours. Except that one time when you played Mario Galaxy, or sorry, Mario 3D World for like 9 hours or something. Usually it's not that inconsistent. Streaming for a long time is hard if you're not used to it. Yes. But also it's like if you stream for so long on one day, then you're gonna be tired on the next day, right? You're like, you stream 12 hours. And then I guess like a lot of streamers, actually like a lot of streamers don't even have a schedule, right? Like for a lot of VTubers, they do like a weekly schedule, or like on Sunday they'll say, okay, for the rest of this week, this is what I'm doing. this is what time I'm gonna be doing them at. But I think a lot of like regular non-VTuber streamers, they just go live whenever they want. Most of them. Also, welcome Denchi. Been thinking of streaming first thing in the morning. It's so early. Think of the viewers. Think of all the prime time viewers. Though I feel like it depends. If you had to beat the level, no, you don't. You could have just given up. You could have had it on the next stream. I talk for an hour after that. My throat hurts. How do people do it? You get used to it. Right when I first started streaming, I think my streams were just like 1 hour long, or like 1.5 hours or something. But after I get used to it, it's like you can get used to talking for longer. And also hydration. Speaking of hydration, I'm gonna hydrate right now. I'm gonna hydrate right now. You gotta hydrate at least once an hour. Okay, I've hydrated. Welcome Deku Scrub X and Lumina channel. Let's see, I think a lot of people rely on Discord notifications for their random streams. Yeah, that is also true. Some people, there are people that are in the Wolfie Discord and they have Discord notifications turned on. But I feel like for me, you don't really need them. Like, I guess if you don't know that I stream at the same time every day. I guess. But if you've been watching long enough, then you basically know my start times. What days I stream. It's the same thing every week. It's the same days, the same hours. Doing the same things, usually. Do need the reminder because I forget. That is true. I know when you start but don't know when it is that time. Oh yeah, I guess that is also true. People aren't just looking at the clock all the time. You guys are at work, you don't just constantly look at your watch. Look at the clock on your desktop, you're like, oh, it's 5 p.m. Oh, it's 3 p.m. Let's see, maybe Kayla is just built it. Yeah, she streams like apparently all the time. She's like always streaming. I don't even have the notifications, I just look at Discord. I see message on Wolfie Discord and then I see stream. Yeah, but what if it's someone posting an emote? What if it's someone posting the soon emote? Or some other message that doesn't matter. There are sometimes when in people's, other people's Discord, they'll have like a media sharing channel. No one even watches. Usually people don't even watch those. The thunder sound is convincing. I didn't even hear it. I got so used to it, I didn't even notice. Also, I guess I should put on the night mode glasses. Not glasses, what is this called? The night mask. Oh yeah, there it is. It's got the 3D audio effect. Yeah, eye mask. Usually people don't watch them, it's probably wrong, they just don't interact. I guess that's also true. I do watch many of them. Well, not, it depends. It depends on the server. But it's not that common. Look at that thunder. Look at this thunder. We got the moon up there. You guys seeing that moon? I think I saw a tweet recently. You know how like Samsung or like some companies' phones, they advertise this moon view feature, where apparently if you take a photo, they have like an AI thing on the phone that detects that the moon is supposed to be in the photo, and supposedly puts like a good image of the, like, people think it focuses on the moon. Apparently what it's doing is that it's recognizing that a moon could be in your shot, and then they just superimpose like a moon. They're not like focusing on the moon, they're just putting like replacing the thing in your image with what they think is a good moon. It's just faking it. It is real, I saw it. Someone had a thing where like he took a JPEG of a moon, he blurred it a ton so the data's not there, he turned off the light in his room, and then he just like pointed his phone camera at his monitor, and then he took a photo, and then like that moon view supposedly like recovered it's like zoomed in on the moon supposedly, but it wasn't even like the real moon. It was just a really blurry JPEG of a moon in his room. So people were like, this is not even real, they're just faking it. There's no way, that's not even the real moon. Anyway, that's just a thing that I saw on Twitter recently. I think that was on my For You page. Speaking of my For You page, that was there. Let's see, they probably encourage interaction by making a bot react to every message so that others can just react on the react, making a Twitter feed. That is true. It's like how Carlbot does it. They have polls, they have other stuff. Need if people desired in a photo. Hopefully it isn't for some people. I think it's like, it's probably on by default. I just thought of that because like the moon looks so clear here. Also, it's like every time you try to take a photo of the moon, it always looks so tiny, right? You guys ever see the moon and think, wow, that moon looks so big? Let me pull out my camera and take a photo of it? And then when you look at your camera, it's like, it's tiny. The photo is tiny. Basically sounds like the extreme version of some of the AI tricks they use to improve night photos. Oh yeah, but like those are cool though. I remember when I got my Pixel 3 phone, and the Pixel 3 has night sight. I was so impressed. When I saw it, I was like, I went to the darkest room in my house. I mean, like, just a dark room, and I took a photo, and I was like, whoa, you can actually see the detail. But like that one is actually, it's not like making it up, right? Because it doesn't know what the dark place looks like. Anyway, this is what I'm talking about. This moon, in my vision, it looks so big, but when I took a photo of it in game, it's so tiny. How is it so small? You seeing that? It's so tiny. It goes in there. Alright, I should be fishing. I keep forgetting that I am intending on fishing this stream. Cool. I just hit a thing in my room. You could hear it. Yeah, Yo, Die Hard reference? Is that a reference to the movie known as Die Hard? Remember that part in the movie when they died hard? No, I've actually never watched it. But I will assume at some point someone in that movie died hard. So it occurs on Christmas supposedly. Some people say it's a Christmas movie. But I don't know. I personally am not even aware. Whoops. Failed to catch a fish. I reeled in too hard. Okay, we'll do this. We'll do another one. We'll make another attempt. Anyway, I haven't even asked you guys how you've been doing. What have you guys been up to? We're like 2 hours and 12 minutes into the stream. I haven't asked you guys about your day, your week, what's going on in your life. Sleepy? No. I asked what you guys are doing. What have you been doing? Not how you are. Also, yeah, sleepy because of daylight savings time, right? I'm still haven't gotten used to the 1 hour shift. Was recently reminded of a heck post among Love Live fan subbers where one of them was informed of the lunar eclipse. Walks out during winter to see it. There were subs for like 10 languages. Wait, what? What is that? What is it? Where the fan subber went. Is that a thing that happened in the Love Live anime? Okay, I will click that after I catch this fish. Doing good, enjoying the fishing and sipping some tea. Yo, what kind of tea? Green tea. Orange tea. Red tea, black tea, white tea. Welcome, Extra. And drawing cake. Drawing cake? What the? My power was out this morning. Did my first few 15 by 15 Picross puzzles. Let's go. We're moving up in the world. 15 by 15? That's a big number. That's like a lot of squares. I don't know why I said it like that. That's a lot of squares. Welcome, Salas Plays. You are a Haagen-Dazs? No, that's just the logo. Hold on. Also, let me click on this thread. I'm gonna click on this thread to see what this Love Live thing is. What is this? Some guy doxes his location. That staircase? I know that staircase. I know this place. What is this? What is this video? Oh, the audio's not playing. The moon? Did they put this in their subs? Is it at the end of the video in the subs? Okay, I didn't have the audio on. I don't really know the context. Wait, what? Is that people are subtitling this? I don't know what's happening. What is this? What is this? Yeah, some kind of staircase walking man. Also, welcome Tagbar. Seiyu related subs. Jasmine green tea, that's pretty good. Oh, one of the subbers went. Okay, everyone subbed his video. I see. That's what it is. The subs are in the thread. Let's see. Someone subbed this to Japanese. And with the English subs as well. I know, this is like the kind of inside joke that I don't... You just see it and you're like, I don't know what's happening here. You guys ever see like an inside joke? Like sometimes like on YouTube and Twitter, the algorithm recommends me some like extremely specific thing that is probably like 5 levels of irony deep. And it's like, okay, this is based on a meme, but it's like an ironic version of this meme. The original meme who I've never seen before. And then I just click on the video and then read the comments. And all the comments are like, everyone's like in on this joke, and I don't know what it is. It's like if you didn't know anything about Jerma, and you got recommended a Jerma clip, and he does something like totally normal in it, and then you're like, huh, what's up with this? You read the comments, everyone's talking about what a psycho he is. You know, they're talking about, I can't believe when he killed those guys, can't believe he put this guy in the meat grinder, and it's got like 1 billion upvotes, and you don't understand. You're like, what's happening here? Did I stumble on some sort of like extremely inside joke? It's like that. Sometimes the algorithm just recommends you these things, and everyone knows what's happening, but you don't, because you're just a visitor. You don't even go here. There it is. I don't think it's much of an inside joke, but more like these people found it funny, so did I. It is kind of an inside joke because it's like, if you don't know that if you just saw this, and you don't know that these guys are fan subbers, you're like, what? Why are there subtitles of this? What is happening here? There's some amount of knowledge you need to have going into it. And you're like, is there a Know Your Meme page about this? Just things like that. Reminds me of the JC Denton meme that was a big thing. I don't even know what that is. That could have been a D's Nuts joke, and I would have fallen for it. Reminds me of the DZ Nuts joke. The meme. You're like, I don't even know. That's D's Nuts got him. John Deus X. The guy who says, do you have a single fact to back that up? That guy? Only thing done lately is looking up OBS guides, VOD, audio track, transitions. That's fancy. I don't even know how to do that stuff. People set up like really fancy overlays in their OBS. You got like a fancy thing. I'm just keep it basic. One of the most basic stream setups. Just a partially transparent chat. It's got my VTuber model on the screen. That's it. Except when I'm in VR. It's a bit more complicated when I'm in VR. We got like a split screen thing going on here. See, the algorithm messing up is kind of cute today. It thought you were finished. It's done. It's done. Yo, look at this. Got the small fish. What the heck? Your boat is full, you need to get rid of some fish before you can catch more? We haven't seen this in a while, look at that. Our boat is full. Whoa, frick. Look at that, our boat is full. This has gotta be worth $102. 107, okay, whatever. Yeah, we haven't seen that in so long. See, Zoe has been learning C++, that's pretty cool. That is one of the languages of all time. See, Shima Panic says, have a cool idea for an overlay I want to try. Well, what is it? I guess we'll have to find out. We will have to find out. I'm going to twitch.tv/ShimaPanic. Amplo's overlay is just a solid blue background with an MS Paint border. Yeah, but it looks nice. Got other stuff. You got like a cave story inspired animated background for your outro and your intro. Your BRB screen. Fancy. It's funny seeing everyone's profile pic being the same. I don't even know what the meme is. JC Denton meme. Oh, the Deus Ex sunglasses guy. Oh, people were just setting their avatar to be that guy. Is that what the meme is? Sometimes I do see people that have like very similar avatars that are like obviously based on some sort of thing. Right, actually, there's one thing. I think like in some programming circles, some people have this avatar that's like, I don't know how to describe it. It looks like a Go board. I think there's a name for it. It's like the hackers, was it hackers logo or something? No, not this. It's like what is it? I don't even know what to call it. It's like I'm sure some people, you might know what I'm talking about. It's like a, no, not Gravatar. What's it called? I don't even know how to look for it. Is it Maker's? Maker's logo? No. Dude, no. I don't know what it is. You know, I can't even search for it. Okay, let me try to draw it. JS Paint. You guys ever see people with a logo, like an avatar that looks like this? It's got like it's like a 3x3 thing, I think. And then there's like it looks like a Go board. You got like this. Hold on, let me fill this in. I don't know how to describe it. It's like, it's something. You're like, Wolfie, what are you talking about? And then like some of these are white. Sorry, it's not that. It's like this. I don't even remember what it looks like. I've never seen this. I mean, like, okay. It's not tic-tac-toe. I don't know what it's called. I looked it up at some point. No, but then there's like another thing. It's like in here. I don't even know. You guys are not even, you're unfamiliar with it? Okay. Maybe you're not advanced enough. It's not tic-tac-toe. What is it called? It's like the hackers insignia? No. Insignia? No, that's... This! Oh, frick, I found it! Oh my god, here it is. I can't believe I found it. Okay. This is what I'm talking about. You see, I've seen a lot of people that have this as their avatar. Hold on. What is this called? Hacker Emblem Security Hacker Glider logo. Yeah, this one. A lot of people have this as their avatar. Like, especially in software development. The Hacker Glider. Interesting, but why? I don't know. The Hacker Glider is one such concept. The glider shown above was created by Eric S. Raymond. It's based on the Game of Life, but I don't know why people use it. I guess it's just to indicate that you are some sort of hacker, that you create things. Maybe you create software. But that's the thing. If you learn something today, that's it. That the Hacker Glider is a thing. Hacker's symbol. Yeah, this. I don't know, that's a thing. Yeah, the Game of Life. Eric S. Raymond has proposed the glider as an emblem to represent the hacker subculture. Yes. It is in use in various places. Yeah, I see a lot of people that have this. And I didn't know, I would always see it and I would think, huh, this guy posts a lot, huh? This guy is everywhere. This guy contributes to every project. And then I'm like, oh, this is like a bunch of different people. They have different names. Sometimes also one thing that I see a lot is there's an avatar of like an angry cinnamon toast crunch guy. Yeah, this one. It's probably this one. Yeah, this one. I've seen several people that have this as their avatar. And every time I see it, I think it's the same guy, but it's actually like many different people. Anyway, that's it. That's one of the common avatars. It moves on its own, true. I still don't really even know what the Game of Life is. It's just moving and doing its thing. supposedly extremely deep. It's you can encode complex information. Based on these simple rules, you can have fun patterns. It's doing things. It's kind of cool. It means capital Z, capital Z in Braille. At its base, I think the game of life is kind of cool because it's extremely simple rules and give rise to cool interactions. Yeah. People can make cool patterns. And it looks pretty. You got complex systems. You can do things. And that's pretty based. It's based on, yeah, it's complex system and it's based on simple rules. Yeah, like fractals. Just when it wasn't an actual evolution sim. I mean, it's like simple to implement also. It's like, it could be a fun project for you to implement this. I think actually when I was in school, we had a digital logic design class where one of the projects was that you can do whatever the heck you want usually, within reason. And I think some people implemented the game of life with the LED grid, using like logic gates and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. Yeah, you can do logic. It's like how Minecraft has redstone. And people can make so much complicated things based on just these simple redstone rules. It's like that. You can make it an evolution sim. We had an exercise in algorithms and data structures that was implementing it. Yeah, it's like the rules are simple enough that it's easily understood by a lot of people. I've not seen it presented in a way that was approachable for a layman / biologist. It's like you just put squares. Just put squares in places, and they do things. Anyway, yeah, the point of that was, and that is one of the... How did I even get on this topic? That is one of the common... Oh, we were talking about inside jokes. When you see something and you're not sure, like everyone's doing this. Everyone is aware of this thing. That Avatar is one of them. Stop exposing my negative IQ. You guys ever taken IQ tests? I feel like when I was a kid, I was like, yo, wouldn't it be cool? And then I just never cared ever again after that. I don't get the point of the common game of life until half a year before I was done with my bachelor's thesis. I don't think there really is a point. It's just like, it looks cool. It just looks cool. There are just certain patterns you could do that do certain things, and then you just combine them and they do other cool things. That's basically all it is. There isn't like... There's not some deeper meaning behind it. Things mean whatever you want them to mean. It's up to you as the viewer to interpret them. Well... more interesting because people found a way to express logic. Yeah, it's like just simple rules. You combine a bunch of them and then you can make complex systems. That's it. Yeah, patterns, they're nice looking. You could make that DVD, you know, like the DVD logo that goes across, it bounces around the screen. You could probably make something like that. It's cool. It's fun. Logic is fun sometimes. And it's enjoyable. Everyone's just out here having a good time. Looking at shapes. If you really think about it, it's symbolic of our daily lives. Aren't we just shapes? Aren't we just a bunch of shapes? moving around based on some predetermined rules. But we don't know what the rules are. But they do exist. We're just following the laws of physics. And many, many other things. Oh right, I was fishing. I was supposed to be fishing. I was just standing here. I've gotten too used to not fishing. Because I feel like as soon as I catch a fish, what I should be doing is putting the reel out to catch another fish. Welcome, Nanodan. It's ridiculous. Is it though? Is it ridiculous? What do you? Is that a mocha emote? That is indeed a mocha emote. I knew it. I saw the color of the hair, and it's horizontally flipped as well. Need a vacation. I misread that as vaccination. Thought you said you need a vaccination to understand the game of life. SMH. You guys ever read a word and then it's not even the word that you thought it was? It's like a different word. Imagine reading a word wrong. Couldn't be me. I would never do it. Need that too, though not to understand the game. Also valid. Also valid. It's like when I got my COVID vaccines, I only got 2 of them. I never got the boosters because I basically don't go outside. And so to get the booster shots, I would need to go outside. And I simply don't do it. Just indoors. Just inside all the time. Whether or not that's good, it's up to you to decide. Is there like a new strain of COVID? You know, like back then, we had all these different types. We had the Omicron variant. We had all this other stuff. Is there a new one? What's the new COVID meta? What's the new COVID to look out for? Haven't max vaxxed, I forgot my second one. Probably need something that ticks. Cut off between streams. Also, this fish is huge. You guys seen this fish? This is one of the biggest fishes. Fish. Fish is already plural. You have COVID right now? Oh no. That sucks. Have you had it before? I know some people who have gotten COVID multiple times. I've had it once. Only once. It wasn't awful. Almost totally recovered. That's good. Shima Panic said, did a second booster kinda late. Heck. Don't know if I should have a booster again or not. Still work in public 40 plus hours. I guess, yeah, it is probably more... probably better to have one if you are... if you actually go outside, unlike me. Apparently there's one named Kraken in Nebraska, a COVID variant. I've never even heard of this. It's a bit arbitrary, yeah. Think I got it before, but never really got sick from it. Did you like... I feel like when I had it, I just had like trouble breathing at night. It's like when I'm lying down. It's like when I'm standing up or sitting, it's fine. But whenever I lie down on my back, it's like hard to breathe through my nose. And it was just mildly annoying. And I would have like a lot of like mucus. That was basically the extent of it, and then like after a week it was gone. Does Wolfie just get everything delivered? Yes. So I had it too. It was slightly worse cold where I felt tired all the time. Yeah, that's basically what I had. A lot of people have completely forgotten about COVID, haven't heard about it in the news for months. Bird flu suddenly became relevant. Y'all remember the avian flu? Remember swine flu? Those were a thing. That's just me. No. What? Gotta breathe properly. Gotta learn how to do it. Yeah, swine flu. It's a 0-player game. Yeah, it's like a simulation. Just things are happening. Time is just advancing. Okay, one up, they mentioned bird flu being related. Is bird flu making a comeback? Is it returning? Have the birds, are the birds enacting their revenge? They're like, COVID? No. None of that. Birds, though, you gotta be careful about the birds. You can never predict what birds are doing. They can just do arbitrary things. They could have a flu. Actually, isn't it funny? Bird flu. That's what they do. That's what birds do. They fly. You know what the past tense of fly is? Flew. The bird flew. So that makes the most sense. Not all birds fly, but a lot of them do. Many of them have flown. You could say they flew. Learning is too hard? Sometimes. But look, computers can do it. Algorithms can learn. Machines can learn. Machine learning. See, a lot of egg-laying chickens were dead because of it. A lot of farmers are talking about mass vaccination. Is that like a worldwide thing? Is that also happening in the US? There's no fish. Anyway, I guess that's gonna be it for today. We caught so many fish today. We caught like a whole... We caught like enough fish that it told us to stop. Egg flu got relevant because it met some tame birds. Suddenly the bird flu became a real concern. Haven't heard of it in years before. Tame birds. I don't know. Hopefully everything's fine. Hopefully everything is perfectly safe. Hopefully birds are still... You can still eat the birds. Birds are good. It's a problem in the US, don't know about everywhere else. But tag barrels in like Sweden, right? So that's Europe. Okay, let's see. We're gonna do a raid. We're gonna end the stream soon. Let's see what day today is. We'll do today. We'll find out a raid message. The Ides of March. Wait, someone mentioned this today. Ides of March. What is that? Brutus Day? Oh, this is when Julius Caesar was assassinated. Buzzards Day. We got a bunch of days. International Day of Action Against Canadian Seal Slaughter. A bunch of days today. National Peanut Lovers Day. We got World Contact Day. A bunch of things. There's I Hate Everything's birthday. Enjoyed by over 1 million subscribers. He's a great critic on a number of topics. I've never heard of this guy. Okay, let's see. What day do I want to say? We'll do, I don't know. I don't even know. Actually, wait, no, I think today is Henamimi's birthday, so the raid message, if I'm gonna raid Henamimi, the raid message can just be happy birthday. Happy birthday raid. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. And maybe... Yo, she's playing Dark Souls. Let's go. Okay, let's raid. Wait, what? Recognize the one that was mildly by near the top on right. Which one? Oh, I didn't even notice this. Hoenn Matsuri. Okay, well we're gonna raid Hanamimi. And you can say happy birthday. You can say happy birthday raid. You could do that. Post whatever emotes you want. Yeah, we got text about the game of life. Happy birthday, comma, raid. Can you believe it's the raid's birthday? Raid Shadow Legends. But that's gonna be it. Tomorrow, I'm gonna be back with Dark Souls 2. Friday, we got more Picross, as usual. Saturday, we got... I don't know what I'm doing on Saturday. I might stream Dark Souls again on Saturday if I can't think of anything else. Or sorry, Dark Souls 2. Oh, Hanami, she's playing Dark Souls Randomizer, I think. This enemy's not supposed to be here. I've played this game. I know the animals. The animals? Sorry, the enemies. They're not even supposed to be there. Okay, well, I'm gonna stop talking. Thanks for watching. Have a good Wednesday. Goodbye.